September 11th, 2001. Man, that was like, what, 24 years ago now? Where were you at on September 11th, 2001? I remember where I was. And it was so weird because I lived right by O'Hare Airport. And like they grounded the planes, and I remember walking to school and back to school. It was so eerie because there wasn't a single plane. Like the planes where I was living at, they're flying over every like 30 seconds. They're flying over your head to come in and land at O'Hare. Every 30 seconds you would have a plane going over your head, like low as hell. And it was so weird walking to school and like walking back from school, hearing a single plane. Not hearing a single plane flying over and landing or taking off. It was so awkward. It was like almost like being in an alien world, even though it was the same place. And then I remember watching it on the TV before I went to school. Well, I think when I left, I think by the time I left for school, I believe both planes, no, both buildings were already hit. Or no, I think when I left for school, only one building was hit, and then by the time I got to school, they hit the second building, and then, like, we were supposed to get out, I think it was at like 2:30 or 3 o'clock we got out of school. This is like 6th or 7th grade it was, I forgot which one. It was either 6th or 7th grade. And then they had us leave early, so like we left at like 11 a.m. to go home from school, everybody, because they closed the schools. I don't know if they did that in fear of like another attack or what, but they sent everyone home that day way early. And then, like I said, walking back, it was so weird. Not a single plane fucking flying over. And that short time we were in, there was in Chicago how they had it back then was, and I was there right when they moved everyone out into those barns. Like, so it was 4 classrooms for all the 7th and 8th graders, and it was an independent building separate from the main grade school, but on the same property. We all still use the same lunchroom too. Now they built a whole entire another school right next to that school with its own lunchroom for 7th and 8th grade. But back then, that was right when they started that, and they put us in the barns. The reason I call them barns, that's how all the 7th and 8th grade class were in Chicago. Sorry for that. I had to take that private call. I gotta make another private call. Sorry, another personal private call. There's Amy Bear, by the way. Oh, there's Trump Tower. Trump 2028, everyone. Hell yeah, Trump 2028. Let's flip Chicago red. Yeah, I don't know if Trump's just trolling the Democrats with that. Oh, interesting fact. See this building right here? That was supposed to be where the next world's tallest building, or the world's tallest building in Chicago. I think it was actually supposed to be the world's tallest building. That was supposed to be where the world's tallest building was supposed to be built. And then like the first 7 floors down into the basement, and then they just stopped construction, and it sat as a big vacant hole in the ground for like probably like 8-9 years. And then after it sat in that big vacant hole in the ground, then they decided they're going to build that. I think they're building 2 buildings on that property. They're using the original foundation for the building that was supposed to be the tallest building in the world. But I think the height of the building that they're building there is a little bit shorter than the John Hancock and the Sears Tower. It's shorter than both of those. I think including with the antenna, it's shorter. Here's the beach. This is that fun little S-curve. You know what would be badass? I'd like to see some cars like going fast as hell, but you gotta do, and this is in a book I read. I'm not encouraging anything dangerous, just to be clear. In this book I read, it was real cool. Somebody at like 4 a.m. went to that little S-curve, and like a car that's made for drifting, and drifted the whole entire S-curve. He drifted the first part of the S-curve, and then he drifted the second part of the S-curve. But he did it late at night, and after making sure there was no pedestrian cars blocking the path of drifting the S-curve, so nobody got hurt. Hopefully that was based on a true story, what I just said. Including the part of making sure nobody gets hurt for the person that, in this book, that drifted the S-curve. There's 2 drifts. You got the first drift if you're going northbound to the left, and then you got the second drift to the right. I'd be badass to see a car drift that whole, both S-turns simultaneously. It'd be pretty badass. Of course, after making sure it's safe, though. And there's like no broken down cars and no traffic in front of the speed you need to be going to complete both S-curve drifts. And maybe even have like, the guy even, the book might even had like 3, I forgot if it's 3 lanes back there or 4 to 3 lanes, where the guy in the book had 4 cars sit to stop the traffic behind them, so someone didn't come up behind them and something dangerous happened. Or they blocked it. Actually, I think in the book they blocked it at the street light prior to the S curve. So there's already a street light there anyways. People would be stopping. It wouldn't be like a surprise, like right here, just 4 cars dead ass stopped so they could drift the S curve. They would block it off back at the light. Son of a bitch. Well, yeah, comment in the comic section. Where were you on September 11th, 2001? It was 2001, right? When they did the World Trade Centers. I think it was 2001. That's a long-ass time. It's been 24 years. I was young as hell when that happened. What the fuck? God damn, that went fast. Damn, it's been 24 years. God damn, that's a long time. Seemed like it was yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but it seemed like it was just a couple weeks ago. They got some paintings under this bridge here. They always have paintings under that bridge. Man, this weather is the worst. Well, actually, today's not that bad. The weather that we've been having prior to today is the worst on arthritis. It's the worst. Like when that cold air and the hot air and the season starts changing and you got metal all in your body. Man, this shit's brutal. Even if you like have it managed, the pain level is still, I mean, there's nothing in the world that could completely mask it for the type of injuries I have. For my injuries and my issue, yeah, they got things that do completely phase out arthritis. That's something new I got going on. The arthritis, man, it's bad. I'd say from when I had my original injuries till now, I would say arthritis has been the worst part of, fuck do I get to making this fucking exit again? You're supposed to get off there. Yeah, comment in the comment section. Where were you and what were you doing on September 11th, 2001? I said everything I was doing and where I was at. I'm really surprised, though, those evil Democrats didn't try that Charlie Kirk fucking little fucking bullshit shit they wanted to do. I'm surprised they didn't do that on September 11th, honestly. I mean, hey, not to be bogus or nothing. I mean, Charlie Kirk seemed like a cool dude, but hopefully it's not too early for this type of joke. But hey, maybe, I don't know if he did or not, but hey, maybe that's why they had to take September 10th, because September 11th he wasn't doing no master debates. That's a joke from South Park, by the way. And you know what's crazy? Like, I don't know if South Park did it with bad intentions or good intentions with, like, putting Charlie Kirk on their show being the master masturbator. He was the best masturbator in the whole city. I don't know if they were, like, trying to, like, poke fun at him in a bogus way or in a, like, hey, you're a cool dude type of way. But whatever the case, Charlie Kirk watched that episode of South Park, and he's like, yeah, actually, I think it's pretty funny. And he's like, it's a pretty dead-on, accurate description of what I do. And then even had him drinking the water every 5 seconds. He's like, yeah, I do that. I do drink my water bottle every 5 seconds. He's like, I thought that was pretty funny. And even Charlie Kirk was like, honestly, they did a pretty good representation of what I do in my life. He's like, honestly, I liked it. I don't know if South Park did it for the intention of Charlie Kirk liking it or not. I don't know what their intentions were, but I mean, I haven't seen the actual one. I've seen it's pretty funny. And that's what I'm going to have to say. Like, subscribe, share, hit thumbs up. Comment what you think. Where were you on September 11th? Well, look at this Dodge. And the Porsche. If you ever get to turn. It's a nice Dodge. It's a nice Porsche. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. And comment where were you on September 11th, 2001, if you were alive. If you weren't alive, say just you weren't born yet. Comment you weren't born yet.